Although our family had committed murder, we calmly took a car into town to attend a religious sermon. Then that evening we checked into a hotel. The next day we went to a restaurant to finally eat the fragrant meal our daughter had been craving. After that we caught a movie, returning home only past midnight on the 4th. Even though we were all safe now, my wife couldn't shake off her unease. I reassured her firmly that regarding the murder, the police wouldn't find a single piece of evidence. The only proof was the fear inside us during this period. I repeatedly trained my family's mindset, aligning our story to ensure there were no slip-ups if questioned by the police. By this time, 25 days had passed since the incident. Lisa, the police chief, was losing her mind. When she traced her son's phone signal to a truck, a terrible premonition hit her all at once. Soon after, someone discovered her son's yellow car. While playing near a pool, Officer John immediately remembered that I had once driven that car, so he deliberately confronted me, mentioning that the car had been salvaged. I was caught off guard, instinctively lifting my head. Seeing this, John became even more certain that I was connected to the case. He immediately reported it to Lisa. The police then went to my daughter's school, trying to extract clues about the case from her. Under interrogation, my daughter answered flawlessly because I had taught her. We went over the answers at least 1,000 times. The story was simple and consistent. Our family attended the sermon on the 2nd, stayed at a hotel that night, went to a restaurant on the 3rd, then saw a movie. Since the police chief's son went missing on the 2nd, she completely avoided suspicion. Next, the police questioned my wife and me. My wife, however, hurriedly recited her prepared story. John instantly grinned because he hadn't even asked about the date. Yet my wife cheerfully said we weren't home on the 2nd. An obvious slip-up, I calmly said. Did you forget we went to the school? The principal, worried about the school's reputation, called us early. My wife finally breathed a sigh of relief. The police continued questioning us, and our answers perfectly matched my daughter's. But John remained certain. The person he saw on the 2nd was unmistakably me, yet I could produce all receipts for the family's outings on the 2nd and 3rd, along with discarded tickets because our evidence was airtight. Lisa, relying on years of experience, was even more convinced that her son's disappearance was connected to me. Lisa arrested our entire family and began forceful questioning. Still, our answers had no gaps. Lisa was furious, unable to understand how an entire family could have such consistent testimony. She then brought in witnesses I had met that day. But whether employees, friends, drivers, hotel staff, restaurant servers, or the movie projectionist, their statements were surprisingly consistent. Lisa couldn't believe it. She couldn't fathom why after 20+ days. Everyone's memory of our family was so sharp. Even more unbelievable, the hotel records showed we checked in on the 2nd, and we could accurately recount the sermon that day. Every piece of evidence proved that our family was completely unrelated to the case. Lisa cried in frustration, but relying on her instincts. She still didn't believe our innocence because the whole thing looked flawless. But according to Lisa's reasoning, the story should be like this.